The void is an alternate dimension in the Dishonored universe that hungers for a representational godlike entity, the outsider being its current divine inhabitant. However, he is no longer confined in the void following the event of death of the outsider. It consists of a series of floating islands in an organic and chaotic state which contain uncanny representations of real-world locales held in suspended animation. While the purpose of the void is not entirely clear, according to developer Harvey Smith, the void sometimes has a divine entity and sometimes does not. Some last for thousands of years, sometimes the gap between them lasts as long. Each takes on the attributes of the time or process that made them. However, it is unknown what other divinities have existed in the void and how they were destroyed. These beings can be unmade in many ways, including by fading, abdicating, deciding, being accidentally destroyed, and being reclaimed by the void. Despite this, it's possible that somewhere people are still worshipping a prior void divinity. There exist cults of devotees on the fringes of society who worship the void. Approximately 4,000 years ago, on the edges of the void, the outsider was made in a ritual by cultists who saw signs of his representational capacity. When his mortal life was brought to an end, he was merged in part with the void and reborn a god. The site of his transfiguration remains intact and serves as a vault of power, which others are able to harness. It is suggested that there is an otherworldly connection between the world of the Empire and the Void. Events that take place within the natural world can appear as still scenes within the Void, such as the death of Jessamine Coldwin and the abduction of Emily Coldwin by the Pendleton twins. Harvey Smith notes that the Void draws from one's mind, which in turn influences the environment. The three endings of Dishonored are also shown through representations present in the Void. There are various means of reaching the Void. While some are brought into the Void in their dreams, the dimension can be accessed directly from the natural world, as evidenced by Dowd and Delilah Copperspoon. Outsider shrines also act as momentary conduits between the natural world and the Void, as individuals are brought into the Void when runes are taken from the shrine altars. In a letter from Delilah Copperspoon to Kieran Jindosh, she writes, "Kieran, you ask what the Void looks and feels like, if it can be measured like a real place. Here's my answer. Don't concern yourself with such matters. It is as real as anything I've ever experienced. But if you understood it, you'd know that such a statement makes as little sense as saying that I have been dead. The Void is unspeakable. It is infinite, and it is nowhere, ever-changing and perpetual. There are more things in the endless black void, Kieran Jindosh, than are dreamt of in your natural philosophy. Leave aside things beyond your reach, and be content that you are gifted with more insight than the common man." Delilah.